Barakatah Yehovah, Barakatah Yehovah Shai, Barakatah Yehovah, Barakatah Yehovah Shai, Barakatah Yehovah, Barakatah Yehovah Shai. All praises and glory to Yehovah Hashem Yehovah Shai. Say double honors to the apostles and elders of great mercy and rule well. Salutations to the brothers who are pushing the word in truth and sincerity, to the confusion of faces, to the house of David, right? To all the Israelites outside, we say Shalom. To the elect of Israel, say Shalom. Right? And just a little biblical insight, it's a little insight on something. When people outside they don't know learning, and who don't know, just a quick insight on Satan. What most people don't know is that Satan works for the Most High. Satan is an angel, of the of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? Most people don't know that if you search the Bible, you won't see the word demon, but you will see the word angel. You will see spirits, right? And the thing is that Satan is an angel of the Most High, right? He's a spirit of the Most High. Now, to prove that, and to prove how Satan works with the Most High, right? One of the scriptures is Job chapter 1, starting from verse 6, right? You see, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So now, if you catch good, it's the sons of God, right? Let's read it over again. Now, there was a day when the sons of God. Now, if you tell somebody that that Satan is a son of the Most High, they will get lost. Even if you go and tell a Christian, because the image that they portray about Satan is with a fork, he has two horns, and he's a enemy to the Most High. He basically war with the Most High. The whole set of bullshit that they teach, right? And you hear them the scripture, they will be basically lost. That straight cut. They sort of judgery, So they see the spirit inside of them act up, because just reading over it said, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Now if the sons of God coming to present themselves and Satan amongst them, then what that makes Satan a son of God, right? As we know the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, what was created? He created what? Good and evil, right? Evil wasn't just created by itself. Satan didn't create evil. The Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai do that, right? He created good and bad. Same way he created Satan. So how something you could create conquer you? Because you created, right? And that is the teaching that they give these people. That is the Esau teaching, right? It was just to teach the slaves that to conquer them, right? That it has somebody else with a fork and a pitchfork and red, and basically what it was doing, it was just basically describing their self, If you watch the picture of Satan, I'm gonna just pull it up quick. Let me see this computer sticking a little bit, but if you always watch it, right, red with a fork in your hand. Right. Let's see for this guy, because computer sticking a little bit, So let's go back to the Job, right? Let's go back to the Job now. It's saying, now there was a day came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. It say, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it, right? From going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down from in it. So Satan did what? He answered the Most High when the Most High asked him something. If there was a man that was going the Most High, he wouldn't answer. He would just rebel. Like, what you asking me there for? You understand? But yeah, he had was and have to answer to the Most High. Right? Right? Job 1:8. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, Thou Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he had on every side? Thou hast blessed the works of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. Right? But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face. Right? And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he had is in thy power. So what Yahweh Hashem, what they was doing, what the Most High was doing, right, was giving Satan the power now to touch everything that Job had. See, and the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he had is in the power only upon himself, but not for thine, not select only upon himself, put not forth thine hand. So the only thing that Satan could not touch was Job. He could not touch Job, but everything around Job, or everything that Job had, he could have touched, but he wasn't given the power to touch Job. Right? So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So what was that? That was an order that the Most High gave Satan. Satan had also go and fulfill that order. Right? He had also go and do that job. Right? Which was to do what? To touch everything that Job had. When I go to the testimony of Job, he was what? His family was scared. You know, even going on in the next, I believe it's the next 2 chapters where or the next chapter, I believe, is when his wife told him to do what? Curse the Most High, you know. And hey, that was what the test was about, was to, you know, let's sit and go and touch everything and see if Job will curse him, which Job didn't do. Right? And is this, hey, going back to the lesson, is just that, hey, Job, Satan works for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He works for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? These teachings are the teachers that, hey, he's a man warring and he doing this. It's not that. He works for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He does the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, just as the scripture prove here. Right? If it's a pastor or somebody this, you know, they lost. They can't even answer. You know, the sons of God came in the presence of the Lord, and Satan was there. So what makes Satan a son? They go in and get lost. They know how to answer, because of what they was taught. They was taught were lies. Right? So don't get twisted. You know that, hey, Satan, all these spirits, good and bad, works for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Even Satan himself. Right? Now, let's see. Let me click this. I hope it didn't stick the computer. That is the only thing. Right? So let's go down here. I see. this is the best bit here, you know, to show you know who the devil is, and this who Satan is, you know, Esau. And there's the image white men teach people that there's a man with a fork and he read, but who read? These white people, they read, so there's the true Satan. Right? So so that may give all, you know, just a quick insight upon Satan, and he works with the Most High, you know, something quick. So that we give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Say double and say the apostles and elders of great mercy that rule well. And salutations to the brothers who say they pushing the word in all truth and sincerity. This is when he brought us from GMS Trinidad East. My name is Rai, and until then, we say Shalom.